The silence between us. The rain had not stopped for 3 days in Ravenhood. It poured like the sky was trying to wash away something or someone. Detective Ethan Collins stood under a flickering streetlight, staring at the old Victorian house at the end of a willow street. Yellow police tape moved in the wind like a silent warning. Another body, another mystery, and somehow it felt personal. The first time Ethan saw her, she was standing just beyond the crime scene, not crying, not shocked, just watching. Her name was Lena Hart. Her dark hairs clung to her face from the rain, but her eyes were calm. When questioned, she spoke very little. She said she lived nearby and had heard nothing. But Ethan noticed something strange. She did not look scared. She looked like she already knew. The case quickly became one of the most disturbing Devonwood had seen. 3 victims, all found in different parts of the town. No signs of struggle, no fingerprints, no witnesses. Just one chilling detail: a small silver pendant placed beside each body. Ethan held one on his hand, its cold surface pressing against his skin. It had an intricate symbol engraved on it, something ancient, something unfamiliar. And then he remembered. Lena was wearing the same pendant. The next day, Ethan found her sitting alone in a quiet coffee shop near the edge of the town. She sat by the window, sipping black coffee on raindrops traced patterns on the glass. "You are following me," she said without even looking at him. "I am investigating," Ethan replied calmly. She gave a faint smile. "Same thing." He sat across from her, placing the pendant on the table. "Where did you get this?" She looked at it for a long moment before answering. "It was a gift." "From who?" Her fingers tightened slightly around the cup. "Someone who does not exist anymore." Her words were vague, but her voice carried something deeper, something broken. Ethan could not explain it, but he did not see a killer when he looked at her. He saw something hiding from something far worse. That night, Ethan dug into her past, except there was not one. Lena Hart did not exist before 5 years ago. No childhood records, no school history, no family. It was as if she had appeared out of thin air. But buried deep in old files, he found something: a missing persons report. A young girl who vanished 12 years ago. Same eyes, same face, declared dead. Name: Elena Brooks. The next time he saw her, he did not waste time. "You are not Lena Hart," he said. She froze. For a brief moment, the calm expression she wore like armor cracked. "Who told you that name?" she whispered. "You disappeared 12 years ago." Rain tapped softly against the windows as silence filled the space between them. "I did not disappear," she said slowly. "I was taken." Ethan felt a chill run through him. "By who?" Her eyes lifted to meet his, and for the first time he saw fear. "There was a man," she said. "He taught me things, trained me, controlled me." "What kind of things?" Ethan asked carefully. Her voice trembled. "The kind that help you disappear after you make someone else do the same." The room felt suffocating. "You are saying those murders?" "I was there," she interrupted, her voice barely audible. "Ethan should have arrested her right then. That was his duty, but instead he stayed." "Why are you telling me this?" he asked. She looked at him, her eyes filled with something fragile. "Because I don't want to be this person anymore." There was no innocence in her words, only desperation, and somehow Ethan believed her. They kept meeting after this, talking for hours, sharing fragments of pain and silence. Somewhere between truth and lies, something unexpected began to grow. Something dangerous. Love. It was not sudden, it was not perfect, but it was real. Ethan eventually uncovered the connection between the victims. Each of them had ties to a man who had disappeared years ago. A psychologist, Dr. Adrian Voss, the same man Lena had described. "The man who had taken her. He is back," Ethan said one night. Lena shook her head slowly. "He never left." That same night a message appeared. No sender, no trace, just one line: "Bring her to me." or the next one dies. Ethan's hand tightens. He is watching. Lena said quietly, "Then we end this." Ethan replied, but she shook her head. "He doesn't want you." A pause. "He wants me." They went to an abandoned church just outside Ravenhood. Midnight. Thunder rolled across the sky as if the world itself was warning them to turn back. Ethan had his gun tightly as Lena walked ahead. Then a voice echoed through the darkness. "You came back to me." A man stepped forward from the shadows. Dr. Voss, smiling. "You were my greatest creation," he said, his eyes fixed on Lena. "I am not yours," she replied. He laughed softly. "You think you can feel now? Love you were built to destroy." Ethan stepped forward. "It's over." Voss turned to him, amused. "No, detective, it's just beginning." He pressed something in his head. A sharp sound cut through the air, and suddenly Lena collapsed to her knees, screaming. "He is still in your mind," Voss whispered. "I programmed you. Fight it." Ethan shouted. Her body trembled violently. Tears streamed down her face as she struggled against something invisible. Then slowly she stood up. She turned toward Ethan and raised a gun. "Pull the trigger," Voss commanded. Time seemed to stop. Ethan did not move. "If you are still in there," he said softly, "I trust you." Her hands shook uncontrollably. Memories flooded her mind: fear, pain, darkness. And then Ethan. His voice, his belief, his love. A tear slipped down her cheek. "I am not your weapon anymore," she whispered. In one swift motion she turned the gun away and fired. Dr. Voss fell to the ground. Silence filled the church as the storm outside began to fade. Lena dropped the gun, her body shaking. "I don't deserve this," she said. Ethan walked toward her slowly. "Maybe not," he replied gently, "but you choose differently." He reached for her hand, and that changed everything. Months later, Ravenhood returns to silence. The case was closed, the truth only partially told. Lena stayed, not as a shadow of her past, but as someone trying to rebuild her future. And Ethan, he did not just solve a mystery, he found something far more complicated. Love, not perfect, not easy, but real. And sometimes the most dangerous mysteries are not the ones we solve, but the ones we fall in love with.